I am off center this week. I seem to be off my game a little bit. Part of that might just be that we had our exciting Easter celebrations, and I'm still recovering from 7 services in the course of 8 days. Maybe it is that I am preparing for our finals week and our end of our COVID year, academic year here at Gannon, and it's been a challenge. It's been great the way that we have adjusted to the needs. We've been able to meet our classes face-to-face. Almost 90% of all of our classes are meeting face-to-face or mask to mask. And we're coming down to the end of this year, and we're all exhausted. The students are exhausted. It has not been a normal year. Many of you who are parents know this as you work with your children at home. And now some of them are going back to school, but it's still not quite the same. Our children are facing stress. Wall Street Journal had an excellent article this week that was shared to me by a member of our Bible study. And the article reminded us that this has not been a normal year. Our students and our children have not had the kind of connections with one another. It is not the best of times. The psalmist reminds us that, if only we could see better times. I'm also heartbroken again by the loss of life. Dante Wright, another young black man whose life was taken. Regardless of the situation, a person was killed. Again, by gun violence and by a person who should have been trusted to uphold that person's life and protect it. I see incidences of things escalating constantly, escalate, and nobody's taking the time to de-escalate. Nobody's taking the time to draw back, to zoom back, to put things in a better perspective. And I understand that we are all caught up in all sorts of sparks and flames and flares. And we do have a tendency to respond. But I do wish we could all just hit the pause button. It's one of the reasons I turn to prayer so much during times of challenge and times of fear. I want to put my heart at ease. For me, prayer, whatever prayer, meditation, quiet, stillness, doing something in the garden, going for a walk, turning off the cable, not looking at my phone when it sends me a notification, just disconnecting from those things that want to flare me up, and try to find a way to get back to Jesus, get back to faith, get back to stillness. Because it is in the stillness that I know God. It is the stillness that allows me to hear God's powerful voice. Jesus says, "Peace be with you." Peace be with you. The author of the first letter of John calls us children because sometimes we are children and we act like children. We're impulsive. We push, we shove, we cry, we sulk, we pout, we get angry, and then we let it go really quickly. Too quickly sometimes. School shootings, deaths of persons in our communities, fear about tomorrow, resurgences in this virus that seems to hold us in handcuffs. Peace be with you, Jesus says. So I turn to that place. I turn to that prayer. I try to still the pendulum that is swinging back and forth in my life by just holding still and being still. Also heard this week that the Pew Center shared its information that for the first time since they've been taking this poll, less than half of our country believes that it is connected with some house of worship. That's sad for me. It's sad because I want everyone to know the love that I know. I want everyone to know the stillness and the peace that I know. It could come to you as a Christian. It could come to you as a Muslim. It could come to you as a Wiccan. It could come to you in any manner of place or any manner of fashion to come to this place of stillness, this place of rest, this place of meditation, this place where the blood pressure drops, the heart rate drops, and you zoom out and you distance and you look at the world. I love the fact that my association with St. Stephen's, with the Episcopal Church, with the Anglican Communion, with Christianity, with faith, gives me a place where I can do that and then engage one another. My brothers, my sisters, my friends, my neighbors, and who's not my neighbor. It is a difficult time. It has been a difficult time. It probably always will be a difficult time. But I know the peace of Christ. And I know the love of God. And I know in my prayer I can feel God's presence. I can hear God's voice. If you're experiencing the same distraction and disappointment and heartache that I have been experiencing, come with me. Go to that place of stillness. Go to that place of prayer. Stop the pendulum from swinging just for a moment and listen to God. Amen.